hangman, capital punishment being reinstated. Do you think it's the right direction moving forward? Would it help with our current crime situation? Is the wider population of Trinidad and Tobago asking for this? Yes, we know that crime is literally out of hand. But is this exactly what we need in Trinidad and Tobago at present? Is this the answer to our crime situation? Do you see it as one way of curbing our current crime situation? So I invite you, the callers, the listeners of the Street 919 FM. I'm here to learn as well. Maybe you could share some insights and let me know what you think.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
And you guys know the numbers 342-0081 and 466-5391. You guys could also send a WhatsApp message. Send your voice notes as well. Be a part of the conversation. Now, based on a simple research, one will clearly tell you that there's no clear evidence of corporal punishment being a huge deterrence. Most studies have not found conclusive evidence that the death penalty is more effective than life imprisonment in deterring crime. Not saying it won't work, but based on studies, it doesn't show any huge deterrence. Like for instance, Canada, as you guys know, abolished the death penalty in 1976, and its murder rate continued to decline in the years that followed. So even though they abolished the death penalty, they didn't see an increase in crime. It still declined. Now, some experts will tell you, because I'm no expert, some experts might tell you that, it may work. But I want to know from you, what do you think? Bringing back corporal punishment to Trinidad and Tobago to address our current crime situation. And also, you guys remember yesterday, I made mention of our Minister of Defense and his stance as to Vybz Kartel coming to Trinidad and restricting his movements while he's here, as you know, he doesn't want him to make presence or any meet and greets with the youths and so forth. And he has also rejected him doing particular interviews. Again, some might say Anderson, no, he right, but I'm just saying that I think that those measures are still very harsh. Based on Vybz Kartel, his entire case and so forth. Vybz Kartel is not a convict. All charges that was laid was dropped. He's a free man. But I wait to see how that unfolds. But I think that we need to be very careful, because we don't want to cause any conflict with our other Caribbean countries. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, good
when
afternoon.
the music gonna start back, right?
Pardon?
When you gonna start to play back the music?
We're gonna play the music, but right now, you know, we into a segment. You know, we just trying to interact with all our listeners and so forth.
All right, I'll listen to the music. All right, thanks.
So yes, you're gonna get music as well. Having a discussion though, and you have nothing valuable to add to the discussion, then why do you pick up your phone to call? Sometimes I wonder what goes through some of our heads. You know, at the end of the day, you always have a choice, right? This is the problem with society at present. Now, based on some of the research that has been done on things that they say do help with the decline in crime, is the improving policing, swift and certain punishment, social programs addressing poverty, Hi, good afternoon, caller. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
You remember the last people they hung was, I think, was Gold Shady, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm right.
You are right.
I think so. From that, I think they hang nobody since.
Correct.
Yes, and you know how the crime, when they hang Gold Shady, the place, you get different. You can remember?
Yeah, I do.
How the place was get normal and funny then. But that day they hang Gold Shady and the gang get different, man. Yeah.
So
anyway, sir.
So you believe that you believe by bringing back the corporal punishment, it will deter criminals?
Yeah, I feel I don't know. Well, I can't really understand. But this is a different time now, eh?
Correct.
Yes, I do.
But are you in support of the bringing back the hangman? Are you there? All right, I think we lost him. I was very young though, but I remembered when they hung Gold Shady, and I've heard a lot of different stories around that time, and how the place was so silent when it occurred and so forth. But that was then. You know, the time now, if and when they bring it back, would we encounter the same as back then, where, you know, would it really bring that deterrence? Would potential criminals consider twice in committing a crime? Would they be afraid? Certainly criminals don't seem to be afraid of going to prison. That's just my opinion. Because we have a prison system right now, and it seems like no criminal is afraid to be caught and to go into prison. They're comfortable. And you know, they say the likelihood of being caught is often stronger deterrent than the severity of the punishment. And let me say that again. The likelihood of being caught is often a strong deterrent than the severity of the punishment. And there are things that we really need to look into. As the man on the ground would say right now, is the police policing? Are they really doing what they're supposed to do? Are they showing up absent in certain places or in certain parts of their duties as to help reduce crime? And for some that don't know, you know, there are many developed countries like those in the European Unions and so forth have abolished the death penalty, and they maintain low crime. They maintain low crime rates. Countries like Singapore and China they still use capital punishment and claim it helps maintain order, but their legal system are vastly different and tightly controlled, making comparisons difficult. Welcome, caller.
How you going, boss?
I'm all right. Good afternoon.
I listen to your question. Listen, nobody ain't going to get hanged in Trinidad. Don't worry with them, Richard.
Nobody?
Nobody is going to be hanged here. Okay?
Right. But do you think that it will be a good measure to deter criminals?
I'm not even reaching there. They ain't going to hang nobody here. Separing Mike could say what she want. You think it's just I could hang somebody in our country? Or? That lady could say anything.
All right.
Nobody ain't going to get hanged here in a hurry.
All right.
I know that. Like, no guess. What can you go see for yourself? You still young. There ain't nobody here. That lady she's the Prime Minister. They have to tell this country something because of the crime situation. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution, caller. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, listen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Panadol.
How are you, sir?
I am all right. And what about you? How is the family?
Well, I can't say 100. 60-40 could do.
All right. Well, after the grace of God, everything should be fine.
Yeah, you don't know. Anyway, DJ Anderson, your topic is kind of touchy there. We got to say something. Most of these prisoners went through real hard time before, you know, say like 5 years. If you're 5 years on death row, then if you cross the 5 years, then you'll get hung. But before you make that 5 years, you wait and trial for 10. Then after 5 years, come up again. I find it inhuman, man. I don't know about it. They should find an idea where it's like, instead of tying a man like with a rope and hanging him to the ground, man. A more human way, you know. That might just pick on it, you know. But I understand, so I looked on, I listened. Good afternoon to the Street 919 FM. And I love it. That job where I might be out of place here. That job where Gypsy have, I would like that to go to the boss, Mr. Neil George. I entertainer come out from there, and I entertainer to go in there. Thank you very much, Dan boy.
All right.
Later.
All right, Panadol. So again, you know, I invite you guys to be a part of the discussion. And those in authority need to hear our voices, need to hear our concerns, our opinions, because our opinions do matter. So as the caller previously, before Panadol, he said that, you know, no one is going to be hanged. So is it just noise? Hi, good afternoon, caller.
Just a little incorrection. The last person was hanging Trinidad and Tobago under the Manning administration, Glen Ashby. He still had he still had a appeal pending where they went through with it. That was an illegal hanging. Thank you again. I just said I'm throwing that.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Panadol, for that information. And as Panadol said too, you know, it could lead to the risk of a wrongful conviction. The irreversible nature of death penalty raise serious ethical concerns, especially in systems where wrongful convictions do occur. And we have heard so many stories of persons being wrongfully accused, wrongfully convicted. So what I would want to say in summary though, while capital punishment may satisfy effective long term, and that is looking at long term. So as much, and again, that is just my opinion. Don't fight me. I am in agreement in the aspect of I don't really see it as the best measure to really deter criminals. Because there's so much that could be handled wrong, or if it is handled wrong, it could be more detrimental to us. The Street 919 FM, Tempo Takeover. You're to the DJ Anderson alongside Chris Beats. As we continue to interact with you guys could send your voice notes as well. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Anderson, and to your listenership.
Good afternoon,
we're speaking about just on the hanging matter, or is a broad conversation?
I was speaking about the entire thing of corporal punishment, you know, with the announcement yesterday that, you know, they're thinking about reinstating the corporal punishment. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I think we lost that caller. But for the ones that probably, you know, you just turned on your radio, let me just repeat again our discussion for today. I just wanted us to take a closer look at the talk around bringing back the hangman, capital punishment in Trinidad and Tobago. With crime on the rise, some believe that this could be that tough stand that we need. But is it really the answer? Let's unpack whether this move is necessary, effective, or just a reaction of growing public frustration? Do you believe that this was just announced because of the public frustration on the current crime situation? Do you believe that this was just said because something had to be said? Something had to be said. Someone had to come out and say, hey, this is what we're going to do as one of the measures to address the crime situation. Something had to be. Someone had to come out and say, hey, this is what we need to do. And as a caller said previously, it's just noise. No one is going to be hanged in Trinidad and Tobago. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Welcome.
You see, you that smart fella. You see, when you just said it, that is exactly what happened. Very bright little fella. You have to tell the people something. Let me repeat myself. Nobody in getting hanged here. She knows that. She's a self-proclaimed SC. I am not against the lady, you know. That is the right trick. If people want to hear something, listen. The election finished. The hype done. You know. You hear anybody saying red is the one and yellow is the code? Reality hit people. This population are not stupid, you know. Oh, people looking, people listening. People listening to the economists. They're listening to what happened. We in a mess. You take it just what I'm telling you. So then talk, they goes nowhere. You notice people hardly calling you and comment about that. Have a nice day.
Thanks, sir. And I want to tell the nation, though, I could be wrong, but I believe that campaigning is done. The red, the yellow, the black, the green, the blue. That ship has sailed. And we now have a new government who, at the end of the day, asks the people, the population of Trinidad and Tobago, asks them for a chance to lead. And the country decided 300 plus thousands of persons decided that, okay, this is the party that we going forward with. Campaigning done. And now it's time to get serious into running the country and moving forward. So for the persons who still believe that we're fighting PNM and we're fighting UNC, I could tell you honestly, at least on this program, that's not here at all. I really am about my country and seeing us moving forward. I'm young, and I know that most of the listeners here on the Street 919 FM are very smart, educated individuals with knowledge, with experience, who I expect to help to guide me, because sometimes I might go wrong. But I'm here to learn as much as inform you all of current situations and affairs that go on around the world, most times Trinidad and Tobago. But now is not the time about, because you support a particular party, whether they're doing wrong or right, you're just gonna keep quiet. I think that, you know, we really need to see where our country is. And if you have an opinion, share it. I don't know about anybody, but I on my birth certificate, I am a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, not a citizen of a party. I didn't born in any party. And let me make it abundantly clear. I have no political affiliation. I am no activist. I am just calling it out to what it's supposed to be, what it looks like. If it's barking, to me it's a dog. If it's chirping, well, it might be a bird. But that is just me. Yeah? So, it's what? 10 minutes to the hour of 2 o'clock. And this is where I close off this hour. And if you so wish, you could join me in the next hour as we continue to have a conversation. Be a part of it. Share your insights, share your knowledge, share your opinion. Let's have that conversation. And shout out to all the crews locked on. I am so thankful to be a part of your day, whether you're home, you're at work, you're in your cars. It's just love, love, love. Say good afternoon going out to all the crews that's streaming us live via Facebook. Yeah, we see you guys. Good afternoon. So we're gonna pay those bills, as those bills are very much important to be paid. And then I'm gonna catch you guys on the other side of 2 o'clock, alright? Keep it locked to the streets. 919 FM.
Bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street. 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the street. 919 FM.
Think you've got the spark to light up the airwaves or the drive to seal the next big deal? The Street 919 FM is on the hunt for fresh voices and bold talent. Whether you're a natural-born entertainer ready to command the mic or a savvy sales star ready to crush targets, this is your chance to shine with the station that defends the nation. Radio stars bring the energy, passion, and charisma. We're looking for dynamic personalities to electrify our airwaves. Sales executives, if you're a go-getter with the hunger to succeed and build lasting relationships, we want you on our team. Show us what you've got. Send your demo or resume today to thestreet919fm@gmail.com and take your shot at greatness. The Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation. Join the movement. Become the next big thing.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
One Caribbean, one stage, one historic night. This is Caribbean Excellence, the voice of a generation.